Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here to my channel, my name is Alison and today we are going to do a foundation review. If you guys are new to my channel, I do beauty, I do fashion, I do lifestyle and a lot of different stuff on my channel. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe down below. And today this video we are doing a foundation review and that's mostly what I do on my channel. And if you guys interested on what this new Laura Mercier foundation works on my combo kind of like oily skin, then let's keep on watching. Okay guys, so this is the new foundation that Laura Mercier just launched, and this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumie Radiance Perfecting Foundation. It does come with 1 fluid ounce and 30 milliliters. And this is what the bottle looks like itself. It's super luxurious. It's just like a Laura Mercier. And I do have to say their previous foundation with the same bottle design with just a different cap color, that foundation, it doesn't work on my oily skin, so I don't have high hopes with Laura Mercier because they usually don't work on my skin type. But today I'm really excited to try this Laura Mercier foundation because it's more of a radiant, moisturized kind of type of foundation, and I feel like this foundation, it would suit this kind of winter dry season on my combo, more of an oily skin. So this foundation I purchased on Nordstrom, but I'm gonna pull up the Sephora and see what it claims this foundation to be. So first of all, this foundation is retails for $48 and it comes in 1 fluid ounce. So this foundation is a luminous liquid foundation with up to 15 hours of hydration and weightless medium to full coverage. For a perfectly glowing finish in any light, it does give you a medium coverage, radiant finish, and this is a liquid formula. Skin type, it suits normal, dry, and combination and oily skin. So what you need to know about this foundation is the Flawless Lumie Radiant Perfecting Foundation provides up to 15 hours of moisturization to smooth and soften the look of skin. The weightless formula looks and feels like a second skin. Flexible polymers melt into skin to create long-wear comfort, and luminous color through pigment resists oxidation. So this foundation, it claims to give you a 15 hours moisturization, and let's see how this work on my more of a combo slash a little oily skin, because during this winter time I'm more of a combo, but I still get oily on my T-zone and on the cheek area. So this is what the foundation looks like. It's a bottle finish with the silver like kind of metal cap, and when you open the cap it comes with the pump. So for primer today, I already used this Bare Minerals Combo Control Milky Face Primer, and this is more of a moisturized milky finish of a primer. And also because during this winter time I do have allergy and around my nose it tends to get a little dry, so I already pack a lot of moisturizer on top, make sure it doesn't cake on the foundation. So now let's get into the foundation. Let's give it a nice shake. And I'm gonna do 2 pump first because 1 pump there's not a lot of product in it. So I'm just gonna do one side of my face with 2 pump and we'll see how it goes. So the only way I like to do my application on the foundation is using a sponge, and especially during this winter time it's really dry on the skin, so I don't want to go with a brush to give it a lot of flaky skin on top. And the sponge that I'm using today is this Morphe sponge. This is like my favorite sponge to apply my foundation because it doesn't soak up the product like a beauty blender, which is what I like about this sponge. So first off the bat, this foundation gives a very natural kind of like radiant finish, like skin-like. That's what I like about a foundation. I want my foundation to look like skin-like. It's not something that super heavy kick up. People can see like when they talk in front of you, they can tell you have like a heavy makeup on. I'm gonna apply more on the dark spot and the forehead, around my nose where I get a lot of redness. So it does build up a little coverage on my dark spot with more foundation applying on top. Okay, now this is what it looks like with 2 pump. This side of my face with foundation on and this side without any foundation. I do have a little guy popping over here. This is just my old dark spot. It does look very smooth on this side with luminosity, and comparing to this side, it even out the skin tone. It looks a lot smoother and it just looks like skin. So now I'm just gonna finish up on the other side of my face. Honestly, for my everyday look, I don't think I would go with 2 pump. I feel like 1 pump is still looks good on me, very natural. But for the sake of this video, I want to show you guys how it looks with 2 pumps, with the coverage that can it build up on the skin. But normally, if I would do this foundation every day, I don't think I would go with 2 pumps. Okay, so this is the finished looking of the foundation, how it settled on my face. I feel like this side, it kind of settled into my skin. It doesn't look as dewy as this side when I just applied it. So keep in mind, this foundation, it does soak into your skin and it doesn't look as dewy as when you apply on the skin on comparing to this side. So I'm liking how it looks right now on this side. It's not super matte or it's not dewy, which is what I like as a combo skin. And the coverage, I would say, is not super heavy coverage. It's more like a light medium coverage, which I like also because I do like my foundation to look more of a natural side. So I'm really liking this foundation, how it looks on my face. And the color that I have, I forgot to mention, I got this in the shade 2N1 Cashew. So this is the perfect color match, I have to say. With a lot of foundation right now, I feel like I can't find the shade that it matches my skin tone because they don't have much of a variety or much of a range on the foundation. But this one, it does come with a lot of shades. So I just checked this foundation. It does come in 30 shades, which is not bad. And I feel like this shade, it really matches my skin tone perfectly. But we will see if this foundation will oxidize later on, and I'll give you guys an update. And for now, I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and check in with you guys. Okay guys, I'm back with the full face makeup on, and it actually has been a few hours because I've been filming another video and I've been playing around with makeup. So this is what the final look on my makeup and how does the foundation settle on my skin. And I have to say I'm liking how natural it looks now. Even though with this lighting you can still see a little reflection, not the oily, but it's a little dewy. But I don't want to say the word dewy because it's not that, because it's not super dewy finish, but it just makes it looks like skin. Let's put it that way. It looks like skin, very natural finish, nothing matte. Even though I set it with my 5 Cosmetic loose setting powder, but this is more of a natural powder. It doesn't just give you a fully matte finish after all. And I did spray my Morphe continuous setting spray, and this is something that is not gonna stay your makeup for the whole day for oily skin. This is more like just makes it less cakey on your face. So I usually just use this during winter time. I don't use this during summertime, same as this loose setting powder. So this is a good combination during the winter time for me, and that's why I'm liking it during this season. But the foundation looking good. It doesn't cake on my face. It probably cake a little around my nose area because I do have very sensitive skin around my nose. It's dry and I do have allergies, so I'm continuously just blowing my nose throughout the day. But as far as my forehead, this is usually if I get oily, but it's looking good now for a few hours. And I have to say it looks super natural finish, and even though it doesn't give me like much coverage, you can see my acne is still here, but I'm liking how natural it looks, like my skin. It doesn't look like you have a very heavy foundation on. That's what I like on the foundation. So I'm really excited to see how this worked through the day, and I'll give you guys an update on the final check-in, and I'll let you guys know if this worth to buy. Hi guys, I'm back for the final check-in. It has been 7 hours since I wore this foundation, and now it's around 10:30. And this is how the foundation looks like. I'm gonna close you guys up to my face so that you guys can see how the foundation works on my face. So I haven't vlogged within this 7 hours, and I normally do wear foundation more than 8 hours now because of my working schedule. But today I just don't have that much time. I need to wash up my face and go to bed now. So this is what the makeup looks like on my face for the 7 hours, and I do have to say it does get oily, like little dewy on my T-zone area and on my chin area, and that's usually where I get very oily on my skin. And my cheek area can still see a little shine, but other than that, my contour on the face is normal skin, so I don't get super oily around that area. But you can still see my contour, my blush is still on, eyeshadow is still on, but doesn't affect the foundation. And my T-zone, you can see it's definitely dewy finish, and I want to say it's hold up pretty nice. I really like the finish of it. It looks like a skin finish on my face, and I like how natural yet it gives you that balanced skin tone coverage that I need on my foundation. But I do have to say, around my nose area you can see the redness because I do blow up my nose during the day. I do have allergy, so probably that area from that foundation is already gone. But other than that, my tip of the nose, you can still see the highlight is still on, and usually between my brows where I get super oily, and you do see a very shiny T-zone with the light reflecting on my face. So I want to say I'm liking this finish, but I wouldn't say this is for oily skin girl. So overall, I do like this foundation. I feel like it just makes my skin look a lot more healthy, and I really like the finish that it gives me. I don't mind the dewiness, especially during this winter time. And I feel like for combo skin, you would definitely love it. For dry skin, I'm not sure. I can't say about that, but it does says it gives you 15 hours of moisturize, and I personally don't know how it feels the moisture on my face, because I feel like it doesn't dry out my face, but at the same time I feel like it doesn't help moisturize as well. So that is the only thing that I can tell, because I'm not used to using a moisturizer kind of base foundation because I do have oilier skin. So I do like this foundation, how it gives me a very nice natural dewy finish, and I don't think you would need a highlighter for this foundation, probably if you do have like oilier skin, because it just naturally gives you that very dewy natural shine on the high points of your chin or your whole face. But I do want to say, if I'm gonna go ahead and use this foundation again, I'm not gonna put this foundation over my face. I think I'm just gonna put this foundation around my chin area where I don't get oily, and on my T-zone I'll probably just go in something matte foundation. So it will help the foundation stay put on the oilier part that I have on my face, and just have this foundation on my chin just looks more healthy. And with a close-up look, I feel like this foundation does blur out the center of my face, and I didn't use any primer that it filtered out my pores. So I feel like with the oil mixture, it gives me a very nice blur effect on the center of my face. It didn't emphasize any pores or texture. I do have a lot of texture on my nose, but it didn't show much with this foundation, so which is a good thing. So now I'm just gonna blot my face and see how this foundation hold up after blotting. So I just roughly blot my oils, and I only use one sheet of blotting sheets, and there's definitely some foundation on the blotting sheets, but the foundation is still on my skin. It looks like a fresh layer of foundation. It just, the oil is gone, the foundation is still on. So definitely a plus on this foundation. If you guys do have oily skin, you guys can use this during the winter time and blot your face during the day. So my final thought on this foundation, I do think this is worth to buy in my opinion. If you guys have oilier skin, you might want to get a tester to try this out. But for me, I do have combo slash oily skin. So I'm not super oily, but I'm not like combo that I have dry area and then oily skin. So it more like a combo mixture of oily that my skin type is now during the winter time. And I would say if you guys are looking for something that is more skin looking and it's more of a natural, and give you some hydration, because during the winter times some of the skin type you do get really dry, and you want to try out this foundation even though you're oily, and during the winter time you get oilier because you need a hydration on your face. That's why it stops producing more oil on top of your face. Then this will be the foundation that you want to try out, because what it claims it's supposed to help moisturize your face, but at the same time it gives you that really natural skin finish. So this will be something that I will be looking for during the winter time. I don't think this will be something I can use in summertime because I do get really oily during that time. But now that this is like the perfect foundation that I'm asking for during this season, because I want something that is natural yet it's not super matte finish. Sometimes matte foundation does gets me oilier because of how matte and it sucks up all the moisture on my face. So I would say this is more about your own preference and what you're looking for a foundation during the winter time. For me personally, I do think this work on my skin tone. I just have to use a matte foundation on my T-zone and this foundation over on my face so that it will hold up for the whole day. So that's all my review on this foundation. I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you guys do, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!